Welcome to Chris Veve Journey, where I take you on a trip to Veve, always as an adventurer, never as a financial advisor, so please invest with caution. So today's episode, I want to talk about the AMA, and after that we will talk about the Spider-Man and Captain America zombie drop. So yeah, and after that I will talk about being frustrated with drops in general. So first of all, I need to apologize. There wasn't a video yesterday. The goal is to give out daily videos, and I really try my best. But I guess especially on Sundays and Sundays and during the week, sometimes now and then there won't be time to make the video. I had to spend time with my kids. We visited a little Halloween fair kind of thing. It was really fun, and that's when I need to take a media break and basically have to take care of my family. So I don't have much time in the week, and even on the weekend, really short on time. All projects are on hold for this channel for now, and so basically that's what it's all about. If I'm not here, then it means I either have to do way too much work or I have to take care of my family. So I hope you can be cool with that and don't mind if there's a day now and then where I don't release a video. I mean, there is a possibility I could produce videos in advance and drop them when I don't have time, but I think those are like bad ideas. Like, you just drop a video with something because you don't have time to create something new. It feels like a second class of videos, so no, not gonna do that. So let's talk about the AMA. I didn't listen to it, but thankfully Veve always puts up a thread in Twitter where we can look over it. There it is. So first question was, can people get points for inviting people to the Master Collectors program? They will use a referral system. Interesting, but I don't really mind too much about it, because in general you would need to get a lot of people into the MCP program to really have any good outcome. I don't know. I mean, maybe if I'm lucky I get quite a few more subscriptions on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. But that would be the only thing that I can see that would make sense, because then I might have a chance that a few more people get into the MCP. But I don't know. Inviting people to the Master Collectors program, how does it even work? Because as soon as you set up your account, you're basically in the program, right? That was the idea. So I don't know. You get a referral code, I guess, for bringing people into Veve. So is Komi still scheduled to be in more exchanges by end of year, and is it contingent on the IMX migration? Contingent on IMX, post immutable, we will release more info as available. Yeah, not much I need to say about it. Only thing I think here is, don't push them too fast. You don't want them to mess it up. Like, if they mess up the integration and they delete all the stuff or don't know who is owning what anymore, then a lot of people lost a lot of money, me included. So please don't push them. If they take 2 weeks longer, who cares? 2 months, I don't know. If I'm wrong on that, if you think time does matter a lot, let me know in the comments. Like, maybe there's a different opinion on this. Any updates on the final James Bond collectible release? Delayed slightly, as we want to make sure it's perfect when it comes out. Sounds straight like a lie. I don't know. I think personally they just switched up what will come out when, because there was quite a bit of uncertainty in the community. And then we get a Spider-Man drop, a Captain America drop, a whole Disney drop. So I think they just moved it aside to get people more on the happy side again. Will collectibles purchased off platform earn points? Yes, daily points, but not the one-off points. So that's interesting, and I would love to see a little more about it. So maybe it's in the answers here. No, it's not in the answers here. So that is a little bit sad, because, okay, I get it. You don't get the one-off points, but what about sets? Like, there is only 2 one-off points, right? The one-off points for the sets, those are important. That's 100 points. So don't you get 100 points? Like for example, you have a set with 3 pieces, and the last piece you get is transferred. I'd understand you don't get the 100 points, right? That's what it says basically. So, but what if the first part of the set you did get through a transfer, and the last two parts you get during a drop? You still get the 100 points or not? You know what I mean? Like, if the set is completed, does it have to be completed by a purchase within the market, or is the whole thing done if any part of the set was actually transferred? That's my point. That's what I want to know. So will the edition number requirement change for the low mint bonus in MCP? Answer: we may make it higher to 300 max, but there are people who collect sub 150s, etc. So we don't want to make it too high. I don't get the point in that. I mean, if people collect sub 150s, that's cool, but that's part of the collectible. I don't know why would you need to incentivize it even more with the MCP? I don't get it. How will MCP points factor into buying Veveverse land? Good answer. Points will not get you land. To qualify for land, there will be several qualifications that need to be met. Unless it's something we said or published officially, it's wise not to assume. So basically, there's not an answer at all. But it's interesting to see that points won't get you land, but even more interesting, there will be several qualifications that you need to be met. That's interesting. Like, what kind of qualifications? Just qualifications that ensure you are an active member and not a bot, or qualifications like you need to have 30 sets that will push out so many people of getting land. That's interesting to see. I don't know if I like it, but I mean, I had the same concerns about the MC program at first too, and after we went over it, I was pretty happy to see how it turned out. So I have quite a lot of faith at this point. Showroom version 2, everything is ready to go at this point. However, as it's a major update, we just want to make sure the timing is right and we don't cause any issues in the app before Disney and Decon happen. That is smart. That's just plain smart to do. I guess that's a pretty good idea. Which means you need to use your version 1 showroom and do some videos with it now. I haven't. I think about it every day. I really need to do it. I don't know. Maybe later I will watch a movie I've seen 20 times before, something on D+ actually. So, and then I will do my showroom version 1 video just to get this done, right? We do not want to become who has the most money wins, which is against our ethos for Veve. The system needs to accommodate all kinds of users, which is how we designed it. So that's an interesting thing to say, but honestly, who has the most money wins is kind of an overall thing, like in the world. It's hard to make it like you can't get this away. This is a money game, right? You spend money on the app and people try to make money on the app. So it is the who has the most money wins thing. I mean, there's obviously certain cases where you can say it's different, but that's like, yeah, you need the guy who has money and is pretty stupid, and you need someone without much money but who's really smart, then it's different. But overall, you can't change the nature of the beast, right? So that's the thing I don't get at all. Yeah, that's interesting. So next thing, MCP is rewards gamification system for Veve. We want people to buy collectibles because they love collectibles. Points should be a bonus to that. Secret rares are not the end all be all. We're taking feedback into consideration, but will not change it too much to maintain our balance. So they basically go back to it again at a later point, where they say they might get people a bonus if they have more expensive secret rares. Because someone brought up the question that if you have a secret rare that's above 10k in the marketplace, maybe you should get something extra for that. I don't know. At this point, they say it the right way. If you think about Veve as a collector's place and they want to reward collectors, so it's cool that they don't give too much out on secret rares. I mean, if secret rares get a little bit more points, that's fine, I guess. But I don't know. Like, you can give them a little bit more points, but you can't incentivize people to go for the super rares only. Because then everything else will drop in price because people will say, okay, the secret rare is the only thing you will need. And that would be a shame. I get it. I get it. If people spend 10k on it, they kind of want some reward because they spend 10k and get less than somebody who spent 100 on commons. But yeah, I mean, it's a thing for collectors. You collect because you want this thing for your collection. If it's about flipping, it's weird. And all those answers show me they really care about the collectible nature of the app, which is why it's interesting. Can we get an extra bonus for con edition or first appearance classifications, etc. in the Master Collectors program? There will not be points for those, but there will be different badges. Badge for the first FA you got and the 10th one, etc., which will award its own points. So that's interesting. That's fine. I guess if you get a few points for collecting these, it's pretty great because most people will kind of get those. Most of the stuff released is still an FA and some of them is CE, so that is fine. And that's the right way to look about it. You get something for it, but you don't get too much for it. That's pretty cool. And if people want to just collect FA, that's fine, I guess. They get a little bit more points, but I won't put them above others. Secret rare collectibles and comics. Can we get a milestone bonus every 30 days that will incentivize holding it longer versus flipping it? Answer, yes. We may consider creating badges to avoid points for this and similar. I really hope they don't. Don't get me wrong. Holding a secret rare, I know, you can basically flip it fast, but you want something if you don't. And I get that, but I would say, give a reward after a year or something. I mean, 30 days, it's nothing. So if you give a reward after 30 days, in my opinion, it's incentivizing flipping instead of holding. Because 30 days is like, I keep this 30 days, I get the reward, and then I flip it on day 31. You could arguably do this after a year, but waiting a year for a little reward is different than just waiting 30 days. It would mean that I would watch the marketplace literally for stuff that was released 30 days or earlier, so I can see the first ones, push them out after the 30 days. I don't know, I'm not a fan of that one. So the first 6 ranks get a free sub to MCP Pro. If I'm rank 6, then lapse into rank 7, how quickly is my status changed in the app? If users lapse into rank 7, they will lose access right away. It is calculated every 24 hours. That's interesting because how does it work vice versa? What if you're on rank 7 and you rank into rank 6 and you have already paid for your subscription? Do you get the money back? And how does the subscription work? Do you pay monthly, yearly, weekly, daily? I don't know. So they need to elaborate on that. Wagering points in the MCP Pro drop lottery. Still taking feedback on this. Lottery is only for small allocations of collectibles. You need to be careful how much you wager because you lose your points each time. So there's still a lot of talk going on about the lottery. I don't get it. I don't think the lottery is a big problem at all. I mean, I don't know, but let's say there's lottery and it has 5,600 pieces and they say 5% is allocated for the lottery. That doesn't say anything because in general, the numbers for drops are different. You can't even tell if they don't tell you. If they wouldn't tell us how much is allocated for the drop lottery, you don't know. So I don't know what the fuss is all about. I don't think we actually lose something. Right? So they are maybe more scarce for if you can't be in the drop lottery, but does it make that much of a difference? I don't know. I don't think there's much difference. I mean, if there's 4,500 pieces and they put 100 or 200 away for a lottery, I don't care. I don't feel like it's really taking a hit on my chances because for me personally, it's always 50-50. Either I get it or I don't. So yeah, that's the point with the 10k secret rare. I talked about this one. And this is just saying that's the first iteration. They're still subject to change, so they can later on change everything that was said here. Which is a good idea. Listen to feedback, work with it, that's fine. So the drops. So I just finished the last drop. Actually, this is just I'm in the second where the marketplace is stopped, right? There was a minute. When you see that video, it's later. But you might remember that after the Captain America drop, there was a short amount of time where the marketplace was closed again. And that's exactly where I am, right? Can you see that? You can, because I'm still in this window view. So let's go back to just chatting. Right, the market was opened for a short amount of time, and then the market was closed again. Which is why I'm doing this video. I wanted to snipe something off the market, but yeah. So the thing was, yeah, on my German channel, you could actually see it live, but not on the US channel, because the timing is wrong, right? That's because of the time. So, not leaving you guys out on purpose. The thing was, on the Spider-Man drop, I got 2 comments. Turned out wasn't too great. I don't even know why I actually got a second comment. I think I was hoping for a better thing. And I also didn't see that you can now see on the delivery window which one you got. It already says now if you got a common or an ultra rare. I didn't see that. So I got the first one. I was going for a second one, hoping that it enhances my chances to get an ultra rare or even a better mint. At this point, if there's a common, I will only get the common, but I would totally love to get a better mint, but that is not happening. So I got 2 Spider-Man commons, 2 with the mint. The one is 14,000, the other one is 17,000, so it's big numbers, you can't do anything with it. So definitely going to take a hit on one of those if I don't keep him for, I don't know, a year or whatever. So I don't know if I sell it or if I keep the second one, I don't know. Let's see. But I also did the Captain America drop, and I did it on my German channel, so that was fun. I thought, okay, so the Captain America will be super cheap in the marketplace, right? And because of that, I thought, heck, I let Destiny decide. I do the drop, but I will push the button only once, not more. No getting back, no rebounds, whatever. So that's what I did live on the channel, which was a lot of fun. I don't know, that made me a lot of fun. I didn't get anything. It was really intense. You just push and then you wait, and it's loading and nothing. Yeah, I didn't get it, so I'm just going to snipe the comment in the marketplace because it's even more cheap. Now I just need to wait for the marketplace to come back. Yeah, that's about my drops. And the last thing I want to talk about is people are really frustrated with the drops these days. Like, I see them, yeah, I don't want to say bitch around, but let's say being a lot of not happy online, on Facebook and on the Discord channel and whatnot. And people are really mad. And I just want to say, I don't know, don't take it out on the internet. It's not helpful. And maybe rethink your strategy, right? And I don't mean do a better strategy so you win. No, do a strategy that doesn't stress you out so much. Look, that's why I did this with the Captain America one. I thought, okay, the cheapest way to get the common is to just snatch it off the marketplace. But I wasn't too happy with that idea because I want this little chase. I want a little tingling in my spine if I try to get it. But I didn't want to try too hard and make sure I get it, because if I make sure I get it, yeah, in my opinion, I do definitely get the common. I don't think there's a chance for me to get the ultra rare. I'm just not lucky in games in general. If it's games for money or games whatever, if I'm rolling dice, I'm rolling super bad. It's just my life, and I'm not even mad about it. I'm lucky in other places, so I'm good. Okay. So that's why I tried to do something different. And if you're someone who's always mad, try something different. Like Einstein said it, if you do the same thing and look for a different outcome, that's definitely being crazy. So just change the game. If you're really mad after every drop because you think the app sucks and it's not working and it's not fair, then act like there are no drops. Don't do the drops. Stop doing the drops and go to the marketplace directly. Try to snipe on the marketplace. Maybe you're one of those guys that hit a ultra rare for super cheap price. Possibly, right? If that doesn't stress you out as well, maybe do something different again. I don't know. Definitely change the perspective. I mean, I'm always good with losing. Also, like games, I play board games and miniature games. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I basically lose all the time. I lose all the time. Am I the worst player? No. Am I the best player? Definitely not. I'm not a good player. I'm not even a good player because I don't have time to play enough and I don't have time to work much on my skills. But even with that, like 90% of the time I lose because my dice are just bad. Like beyond bad. Like I could play the lottery and rather win before I do a good roll of dice. So bad. People don't believe it until they play it against me. So, how do I work with that? Right? That's why I got mad a lot when I started those games. And now I just play games that I enjoy play. I'm not looking for winning those games. I mean, I try to win. I do my best to win, but I want to play games that if I lose, I still had a lot of fun, and that's the ones I do. So, that's arguably a losing strategy. I don't know. You could say that. But it's fun. I'm the winner in the end because I always win. I am always having a good time. And that's the same I do with Veve. I try to avoid stuff that I don't want to have in my collection. And I'm not going for stuff that I'm sure is not being worth it. If you get what I mean. I mean, with the Spider-Man drop today, that's a perfect example. So after I got the first one, I knew that's kind of the one I could stop at. I was sure it would be sold for way less in the marketplace, and it does. So, but I also wanted to take the chance for ultra rare or for better mint, especially after seeing that the first mint is in the 17,000 space. So yeah, I tried that anyways. I'm not mad because at the end of the day, even if I sell with a loss, so that's like $10 loss or maybe $15 loss. Okay. For the chance, it was fun. But I didn't want to do another time the same thing with the Captain America. That's because I don't like Captain America as much as Spider-Man, so I'm good on that end. But that's basically it. Change the strategy, change the perspective, see what else in life is great. See, I don't care too much about money. At some point, there's a point I don't give a damn about money. Yeah. I think most people that watch this channel can't understand this because you're in the game, in the app for flipping because you just care about the money. But for me, I don't care much about the money. I'm not saying zero money, like zero money is a problem. But as long as I live in a nice room, as long as my kids have to eat, as long as I'm fine and I'm not doing too bad, I don't know. And too bad for me is like being homeless. I don't know. Like I have to hustle extra hard all the time. That's always the thing. Like the stuff you see here in the background, like it's not like I'm just buying this stuff. Like go into the store and say, hey, that looks nice, I get it. That one looks nice, I get it. No, that's like, I don't know. Like this one is like pre-ordered 6 months in advance and then using 6 months to accumulate the money to buy it. And that's like $150 piece. It's not like it's super expensive, but it's just possible to get it by selling other stuff. That's how I work, right? So, and I don't think it's so unfair that other people can just go into a store and buy it. I don't care. I do my thing. I'm happy with some other stuff, like the amount of happiness I have for having a healthy little family. I don't know, nothing comes near that, so I'm well off. I'm born in Germany. That alone is awesome. Like there's like 20 countries in the world. If you're born there, you're always on the losing end of the stick, so I'm happy. And that's kind of the perspective thing. Like there's millions and billions of people that have it so bad. I can't be mad on missing out on a drop. Like that's ridiculous, right? So, and the second thing is don't go on the internet and talk about it too much. Hey, no one cares. People don't care, right? Do criticize. Do criticize so that Veve hears you. If it's about technical stuff or whatever, do that. That's important, right? But don't moan all the time on the internet. It doesn't work. First of all, people don't care. Second of all, there's another breed of people, and that's the ones who are lucky or privileged. These guys will tell you to shut up and leave. And that's the other side of the coin, right? Because people that are privileged or lucky will think that it's their own abilities, that they are just smart and better, and that's why they are where they are. There's actually a psychological study that did. So they had people play Monopoly, the game. So in the game is all about money, right? Like that's the only resource. The only thing you need in this game is money, and not the baddest, let's say the dice. They have a little bit of, they change the course of the game also, but just a little bit. The main thing in Monopoly is having the money, right? Doing good with money. So that people play. One player plays the game regularly. The other player gets twice the amount of money at the start and gets twice the amount of money whenever he goes over the start area. So he's basically always making double the money. And of course, in more than 90% of the games, the one who has the most money, like gets the most money because he always gets double, is winning. Because how could he not win, right? And they were testing the winners later and were talking to them. So besides from just being cocky and being loud and really having a really big ego, these people were sure they didn't win just because of the money. They were arguing that it was still skill involved on their end, which made them win. And that's how our brain is wired. It tries to tell us that if we've done something good, or if we were lucky or whatever, at the point where we are successful, our brain tells us it's because we are skilled. That was us winning. And then we get a way better self-esteem, and we don't care if the money is actually just given to us, or the luck, whatever, luck, money, whatever you can call it, whatever it is you need at the point, right? So that makes a big problem. That means there's people on the internet, especially on Facebook, that will talk about their problems, what they think is going wrong, and just want to be heard. I mean, Facebook is the number one point where people go if they want to let go. If they want to steam off, they want to say whatever's going wrong in their life, they do it on Facebook, right? Facebook is listening. I'd rather go with a notebook. I think that's way better, like a traditional one where you just write. Go with that. You're not bothering anyone, and nobody will shoot against you. Because the guys I was just talking about, they will shoot against you because they say they think they did it so good, they are so well off because they're so skilled. They will tell you that you're a loser. I guess the takeaway at this point is don't talk. Not in one way and not in the other way. I mean, at least if you don't want to have a discussion. If you love to have a discussion, go ahead. But I just don't think it's working, and I think it's a losing strategy because you're channeling energy that you need to work on something else, on something that's totally useless. Take that energy somewhere else where it's productive instead of having endless discussions on the internet why you are losing or why the losers are annoying because you are just the winner. It's going nowhere. No one's on the internet to actually talk with another person. Everyone is just stating what they are saying. I mean, pretty much like what I'm doing here. I'm having a discussion by myself and let you guys know. Only good thing on YouTube is people come and actually listen and then they give you feedback. And it's most likely a little bit better feedback because people talk about it and think about it a little bit more. If you see the discussions on Twitter and, I don't know, Facebook, sometimes those are way overheated and people don't care. And people don't talk with each other, they just talk. Yeah. So that's it. That's how you keep your energy. Don't spend too much time online. Yeah, last thing I wanted to talk about is I don't know. that's a weird one. Like, I've seen two things in the store with the Spider-Man drop. So there was an ultra rare with the mint number 62 that was sold for 59 gems. And there was the ultra rare with the number 41, which is basically the first one, right? In collectibles, the first 40 are reserved for Veve. So 41 is basically the first at all in line that you can get. And that was sold for 60. And at this point, I can't believe that anymore. I can't. I don't believe that there's actually so many people that are so stupid that on every drop, because it's happening every drop, you see those low mints going for way less money that it's worth. I have no idea what it is. I have no answer. I don't even have a real idea how that works, but I don't believe it. I just don't believe it's people doing bad things. I can't believe that. Like, on every drop, really, on every drop. I don't know why isn't that working on eBay like that? I mean, you can do good catches on eBay, but not that kind of catches. You don't go into eBay and you see a Harley Davidson from 1990 in best condition and someone accidentally put it onto eBay for a buy now price of $60. That's not happening. And not happening regularly. On the app, on Veve, it's happening regularly. With every drop, you can go in later and you just, as soon as the marketplace opens, you sit there and just wait. And you will see a secret rare go for $1.50. I don't believe that. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. I have ideas, but I don't believe those ideas myself. Like maybe it's just bot users trolling, right? They program their bot and say, hey, I snipe it away again way faster than everyone can do it, so they just do it just for fun. I don't know. Or maybe it's bots being badly programmed, so they throw out stuff they aren't supposed to throw out. I don't know, maybe that's what's happening. And at the same point get botted by someone else, because as far as I'm involved, I don't think there's a chance in the first hour or so to get anything like that. And I don't know anyone who actually got something like that. If you did, let me know, but I'm honest, most of the time I won't believe people saying they did. And that's just me being honest. I'm not thinking you're a liar. I just don't think it's true. If that makes any sense. It's just on the internet. If you say, hey, something's wrong, something is like this and that, there's always someone coming in telling you, nah, it's different. Like, I have proof. I did this and that. So I can't believe you at this point, right? That's tough. But let me know what you think, right? I'm interested. Do you think there's any reason to do it? I mean, maybe it's even Veve themselves. Maybe they put them up and I don't know. It doesn't even have to be that actual piece. It just has to be a dummy piece that looks like it, and they just do it to keep the marketplace moving. So everyone jumps in right after the drop to make sure there's a lot of transactions going on. But that's really bad thing to think, right? Because that would mean they messing with us. And as I said, I don't believe any of those ideas myself. It's just the only thing that come to mind fast. I don't know what's really going on, but something is going on. I don't know, I feel it. So that's it for today. I don't know, it wasn't much information right here, just a lot of talking. And yeah, let me know what you think about these kinds of videos, right? Is that interesting? Does it give any value to you to listen to me rambling on about the psychology of things and what I think people could change to have a better experience on the app? Or is it all just annoying talk and I should rather go back to just facts and be on Veve only? And let me know what you think about these low mints being sold so fast and nobody ever catches them. Let me know. Bye bye. Till next time.